danger close. Well, I don't got much time to talk. It's December 22nd, and I'm gonna go hunt a stand that we hung about 2 weeks ago, and I'm confident that's in an area where we'll see the buck that we call Moose. He's a buck that we've had on camera the past 2 years, and based on trail camera pictures, I don't know if he's a shooter this year or not. It's hard to tell exactly how old he is. I think he's at least 4.5, but he very well could be 5.5. It's just going to come down to a game time decision. You know, I've been thinking about this buck for the past few weeks. You know, he's definitely one of the biggest bucks that I have left that was on the initial hit list, but based on trail cam photos, I don't know exactly how old he is, and I don't know if we should give him another year. And the spot that I'm going to, it's danger close, so it's going to be a one-time shot, or at least for this week. I'll have to give it a couple days off if it doesn't work out, because there's just so many deer in that area, and it's going to be hard to get out of there without spooking everything off the field. We saw about 60 plus in the bean field last night, except some doe decided to ruin that. So hopefully tonight we'll get our opportunity at a buck that we're after. And if it's Moose, it's going to be a game time decision. So I don't know what to expect. Should be a good sit. Weather's not too bad. Wind's down. Could be a little colder, but it's been colder than what it has been the past few days, and I'm excited to get out. All right, so this buck steps out. He's got no antlers. It's December 22nd. The buck dropped his antlers early. Not uncommon, but you know, most of the bucks are still holding their antlers at this point. So coincidentally, the year prior, Moose had dropped his sheds very early.
You take a look here, we just found the second one this year. And we haven't really been out shed hunting. That wasn't the intention here. Like I said, we were just checking trail cameras, and I can tell you right now, this is from the buck that we call Moose. I was really hoping we would find the sheds, but not like that. If you look here, we call him Moose because of how he crab claws at the end right here.
Could this have been him? I can't say for certain, but one thing I can tell you is that when we went shed hunting later this year, we found Moose's match set 50 yards from where I saw this deer.
Real.
Good find, Dad. Good find. That's crazy. The book continues with Moose.
That is, yeah, my tree stands like, it's only about 60 yards right up there. And a buck seriously walked out from right here. I'm not even joking, right here is where he came up out of with no antlers. And he came up with another 11 point that we've had a lot of pictures of. And yeah, the buck didn't have its antlers. It was late December. I think it was moose because he dropped. So like I said, I can't say for certain that this is moose, but a lot of things kind of lined up, and I could give a pretty good guess that this was probably moose, and he had dropped his antlers already. All right, so this buck steps out. Never once had a trail cam picture of this buck. I had only had one encounter with him, which was the evening before. And this buck was definitely mature. I mean, you just look at his body. He looks way more mature than the other two bucks that we had seen earlier that night. And as he came out, I had a doe right below me. I mean, I knew that this buck was a shooter, but I had a doe right below me, and she was trying to bust me up in the tree. So I couldn't even get the gun. He gets down in the woods 10 yards. I have no shot. These does keep moving back and forth, and I'm finally able to get the gun. But when I do, the doe starts snorting, and my position's compromised. However, he didn't know exactly where I was at. These does could smell me, and one or two of them saw where I was at, but he didn't know where I was at. He was trying to figure it out. Some of the other does were trying to figure it out. I mean, there were so many does in the area, and it was inevitable that I was going to get busted.
And as he came back up, you know, he presents an 80-yard shot for me. I'm freehanding it, got the camera on him, it's all ready to go, and I biff it. I mean, I completely just whiffed this shot. I mean, just not much more else to say than that. I've made this shot before, and I'm not going to make an excuse. I had an easy shot, 80 yards, and I rushed it and shot high. I just completely whiffed it, and there's not much more else to say other than that. Definitely kicked myself after it, but the good news is he wasn't fatally wounded. He was going to survive from this hit. And the crazy part about this is this just goes to show how these mature bucks have such a little amount of patience, because what happened was after this encounter, I never saw this buck again. I did end up getting one trail cam picture of him a week or two later, and he was fine, which was good, but never have I seen him since. You walk a thin line with these bucks, and when you get that opportunity, especially a mature one like this that just showed up in the area, a new one, you got to make the most of it, and I clearly didn't. But hey, you live and you learn. We're all human. We're all going to miss at some point, and that just happened to be the day that I did. And, you know, next time, I'm going to slow it down, because I think the reason I missed was I was rushing it, trying to get on camera. But regardless, it doesn't matter. It's water under the bridge, and we'll, you know, on to the next one. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. We're going to have a lot more videos coming out here soon. I'm getting caught up on a lot of the videos that, you know, are from previous years that I just didn't have time to do, and now I'm actually starting to get through and finish up on some of these videos. So like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and stay tuned for more.